Now that it's a new day, ladies and gentlemen, the market has, of course, seen a big drop. But was all of this expected? Was this a huge scheme to shake things up in the market? Let's shake the tree and see how many apples fall. This is what led to the sell-off in the first place. We're going to deal with it, though. It is something we are going to talk about. With that out of the way, welcome to the channel, everyone. Joni's my name. For those who are new to the channel, I hope that by the end of this film, you have become a subscriber. Let's take care of some things. First, let's look at the general market cap of crypto, which is now $3.39 trillion, which is down almost 6%. Bitcoin has lost about 4.77% in the last 24 hours. Ethereum is down about 8%, and XRP is down almost 2%. Things are going crazy there. But if we look across the board at the biggest 24-hour losers, we could see numbers in the double digits everywhere. When it comes to the biggest winners and losers in the top 100, biggest token is by far the biggest winner. That's an increase of 5.52% in 24 hours. If we look at the top 500, there are still some great wins all around. There's nothing too strange going on here, but as you can see, the gains in the last 24 hours have been very small. We're following the top 500 here. That shows us that, yes, the whole market has just seen a huge drop in prices. What changed so that all of this was driven through? We're going to talk about that now. But first, let's take a close look at Bitcoin. After going as high as $102.4K, Bitcoin dropped all the way down to about $96.100. Finally, if you remember from my movie from yesterday, which we can play, this is something I said became possible. We'll take care of that. We are going to talk about that too. It went all the way down to about $2.26 before it bought back up. Now, some good news on X has caused it to take a small but welcome bounce back. Do not worry, I may be making a movie about that soon. For now, please pass the XRP chart and the Bitcoin chart. I need to play my video from yesterday, which is called If You Hold XRP and HBAR, Get Ready for an Important Market Shift. I also want to lower the volume a bit because I know it's going to be too loud. But try this out. Because once more, we've been dealing at almost $102,000 from this chart right here. Check out the movie to see what I mean, but pay close attention to what I say here. Since the high point has been raised, there is a lot of pushback here if we do decide to move below the level we are at now. Okay? There are many weeks to this level of about 102,700. I wouldn't expect to see a mild rejection right now before we definitely sell off. Now, if we do sell off, I think we will definitely keep that higher low pattern. In the worst case, that low could be around 96,500. I think that if we were going to look at this, we should just be a wreck over it. Take all the previous highs around 108,400 Bitcoin, and then just keep going to the next level, which should be around $120,000 on Bitcoin. So, of course, we always want the first class rate action. But I did say 96,500. That's how the chart looks right now. You guys can see that big rejection every day. Yes, about 102.67 thousand people turned us down. We got about 96,000, which is almost $300. When we look at it again, that is the area with the most demand. But also, let's get rid of some of these drawings to make things look a little better. That's right, we can get rid of this inverse fair cost gap since the two gaps were filled. In any case, we turned it down. But look at this chart for 3 days. And all I want is for you guys to learn along with everyone else. I have a question for all of you. What do you see right now in this chart? Well, first and foremost, we'll send this list out on the third day because that's where most of the support is. But on the third day, do you see something really cool? I just need to ask all of you to be available right now. Is there anything interesting about this chart that shows how this present chart is moving? This most recent candle, do you see anything? We do, in fact, have a real fee hole if we really look here. We have an honest hole in the wall. Usually these do get filled and they can be positive. On the other hand, an inverse fair value hole isn't bullish. It's clear that it's very bearish. But as you guys can see, we've now packed this almost to the brim. We're going to wait and see because we have a full-size saw from this and we'll take out the old one. Okay, this inverted honest cost or this fair fee hole itself must be lost. Okay, in which case we must not lose $96. It turned out that this would happen. Okay, we can't pass up this chance, but if we lose this, it means we'll likely go back to the lows around $93,000 and even go lower. Okay, if we cross back to the day-by-day chart, Let's look at it. So this will definitely make us go all the way down to 92.5K. Also, this could mean that we're likely going to go down a lot. Also, those lows are most likely going to be the next big area for the fair price gap level every day. The real price difference is between 81 and 85,000 rupees. I just want you all to know that if this comes true, things are going to get really messy. What do I feel excited about? I just want to watch this keep again. It's a lot like my movie from yesterday. I want to see how things make you feel good. However, the spark went right into a large area with a lot of resistance. I mean, there are a lot of barriers right around this 1.2 million level, so it felt good to turn down right here. Once more though, I'm not trying to ask, how do you look? I'm always right. No, I'm not a guy anymore. Just think of me this way, this became an area of demand that became a big awareness of mine. It's as easy as that if we're going to reject. I'm no longer naive. I know I won't always be right. There are times when I'm not being proper, not a single one. But that's what we've been waiting for now. I really wish we could have blown through this goal. After that, the next highs go up to 120,000. What do we get right though? Well, we woke up to a few important news stories from CNBC and other major media outlets. Now, I did quote this when I said that a possible black swan event might happen soon. Do I think that's something to worry about while CNBC reports that the United States just had its first death from the chicken flu? I don't trust that at all. If you read the story, there may not be any reason to be worried about this. There is a story they are trying to tell, though. If we go back to the 3rd, right, we just got word that China has a new virus outbreak. The human metaphenol virus is spreading quickly and making people show flu and COVID-like symptoms. One more time, we're beginning to see a range of these headlines. You know how to read scary things. The markets are getting scared because of them. As long as we're being honest about what's going on here, I think this is manipulation. This is manipulation by the major media. Don't forget who owns the major media, okay? The big gamers. For those who are already rich, they need to shake as many people as they can. That way, no one gets rich. It's really that easy. COVID. If we go back to 2020, March 2020 was the best time to buy crypto. If you bought at the lows in March 2020, you made a lot of money in 2021. Is this the same time as before? Not at all. Pay attention. Even though this isn't a big deal, we are starting to see mass media manipulate the markets. Pull again, there's nothing too crazy to worry about with XRP once more. In order to wait for $2.22, I changed. We haven't quite hit that target yet, but we're still not going to follow that top fashion line. That's even clear on this week's calendar from the 7. You know that we are still refusing that place since it's been a day. We're just kind of lowering ourselves here and waiting for something to happen. Most likely you already know that we hit that $2.20 level before we eventually break out to the upside, reject, repeat the trend line, and then keep going up. You get that, right? On the question of XRP, we'd be looking into it, but you already know that we take it one step at a time. That's it, right? If you don't care about price, move it to. About less trading on shorter time frames. That's why this wouldn't count for you. What we're looking at right now